End of the year 2024 developer updates. My name is Robbie Stevens, and I'm the assistant game director for Destiny 2. Over the past few months, we've been sharing details about the future of Destiny 2 in developer deep dives, linked to the deep dive page and live streams. The Destiny 2 team is hard at work, paving the way for Codename Frontiers. The new destination in Codename Apollo is content complete, which means we're focusing on polishing the non-linear campaign Metrovania gameplay experience, developing the finer details of the world, and fleshing out the numerous quests that you'll discover during the journey through new frontiers. Wow. Okay, so that's interesting. I don't think Bungie's ever actually came out. Well, normally we've had like a delay or something, but they're saying Codename Apollo content is complete, or at least the new destination. All right, the core game portal activities, modifiers, and next generation gear that will be Destiny's new backbone are coming online. We're playtesting every week and have planned multiple summits in the coming months with members of the Destiny community to provide invaluable feedback and help us hone our executions. Additionally, we're hiring a handful of gameplay specialist positions. Our specialists sourced from the community will be in the trenches with the dev team playtesting the new core game progression and gameplay systems, as well as Codenames Apollo's campaign and post-game. These specialists provide us with the kind of perspective you can only get from dedicated players. It's very true, man. Actually, if you go to Bungie, a ton of people that used to make content for Destiny or Reddit or just was a hardcore player have ended up at Bungie. And that's for both like the Marathon team and the Destiny team, right? We'll be going dark on Codename Frontiers communication for a little while. The team needs time to playtest, collect feedback, and cook before we emerge again with more details. I have not played Apollo, guys. No, we dabbled with Lightfall, or not Lightfall, Final Shape. We played a little bit of like Revenant, but I haven't played Apollo. I'm curious, absolutely curious, considering that it's a new destination and this whole Metrovania style that they're going for here. And I like Robbie's vision on this as well. So we'll see how it plays out. Breaking Bones. Destiny has a long history of reinventing itself in response to community feedback and the expectations of players. Our North Star, however, remains unchanged. We strive to build worlds that inspire friendship and to create amazing game experiences that leave an indelible mark on people's lives. We started breaking bones and trying new things with episodes. Some of those changes have been well received by the community, like the Vespers Host Dungeon Race. That was really good. The team found just the right mix of challenge and link to elevate the dungeon to the bars set by contest rates. I can't wait to watch the next race when Heresy launches in February. We're also getting another dungeon, and there will be a race for that. Other changes have had a rocky start. Weapon crafting removed the joy of earning a random weapon, that feeling that any drop could matter, so we introduced enhanceable weapons. The Revenant tonics were meant to provide loot agency in lieu of crafting and give you a fresh way to chase gear, but we know we missed the mark with tonic timers and not guaranteeing a weapon from the active tonic. So we're in the process of developing changes to make tonics last longer and give better payouts on top of a series of bug fixes planned for December 17th. Stay tuned for future and patch notes. Also, we see how these changes are putting pressure on your vault. So we're in the early stages of planning long-term changes to relieve vault pressure that will start to manifest later in the year of Codename Frontiers. What does this mean? What does this mean though? Long-term changes to relieve vault pressure. No. This can't just be more vault space, because I personally don't believe 100 more vault slots. Like, that's not a long-term change. Sunsetting. I don't know if sunsetting's it either, because Bungie, obviously that's blown up in their face and doing sunsetting. They literally just unsunset everything. Like, they unsunset all the old weapons that were sunset, they've unsunset. I'm just trying to think here on the long-term changes for Vault. Would there be a stacking capability? What if every weapon could stack on each other and you would click that Better Devils, but then 10 rolls of that Better Devil would pop up and you can pull from each one? That right there, I don't know if it's possible, but that right there would eliminate any issues with Vault. But that, to me, that's a long-term change to Vault pressure. All right, in response to the desirability of seasonal weapons, in the short term for Heresy, we've developed a new tier of seasonal weapon dubbed the Heretical Arsenal. More details on these weapons as we approach Heresy, but rest assured that it'll be clear when they hit your inventory that they're worth inspecting. These changes are stepping stones that help us evaluate our long-term plans to create a deeper weapon chase in Codename Frontiers. Are they essentially saying shinies? Like we're getting shinies in Heresy? Because we didn't really get shinies this season. They do have double traits, but they're not actually shinies. Episodes introduce a new content cadence with acts. While there are new activities, loots, and quests rolling out at a consistent cadence, this change creates lulls in our gameplay calendar at the end of an episode. So for the final weeks of Revenant, there will be a special pursuit similar to Revenant's Wishes, where you can complete quests to choose from a list of new and desirable rewards. We actually covered that, guys. It's a video on like leaked content essentially, but we said that it looked to be very similar to Revenant's Wishes, including the likes of like adept weapons you can get. Igneous Hammer is one of those you're going to be able to get, and yes, it will be adept. So that's the only way we've been able to obtain that weapon outside of trials. Additionally, we've been evaluating feedback from Revenant's content rollout, and we made changes to Heresy that strike a better balance between everything dropping on day one of an act versus meaningful reasons to return throughout the episode. We're taking an approach where the vast majority of the activity's contents will be available on the first day of an act, and subsequent weeks we'll add or evolve the content based on the story. Also, we're adjusting the act rollout schedule so that there is less downtime in the gameplay calendar later in the episode. Heresy will be our last season in this episode format. The team has taken some big swings to create new activities that evolve throughout the episode and create big secrets to uncover on the Dreadnought. I've said it since the very beginning, the most important episode, if you happen to miss Echoes, even if you happen to miss Revenant, not saying you shouldn't play those, I think you'll be okay. You know what I mean? I think for the most part, story-wise, you can go catch a video online on the lore if you're like into the lore. Heresy is going to be a much bigger deal. Heresy is going to be the ramp up into wherever we're going. And I am almost convinced we're going to be fixing the Dreadnoughts and we're going to become the Navigator. And then take that to wherever we're supposed to go. So we're supposed to be leaving our solar system, right? Widening the focus as Revenant approaches its final act, where you'll delve into Dracula's castle-inspired fortress. I wanted to take a moment to reflect on some of the feedback we received around Echoes and Revenant's story, as well as the hunger for purpose and meaning in a post-witness world. Our first two episodes had a tight focus, establishing Maya Sundaresh and her Echo of Command as a force to be reckoned with. Fickle re-emerged with the power to create an undead army for one last showdown with the Guardian and his dad. We set out to deliver on narrative promises set up in the Light and Darkness saga that we couldn't tie off in the final shape. The kill of kills, the Hive siblings, showcasing the effect killing the Witness had on the world, and more. By prioritizing satisfying conclusions, we want to clear a path for bold new storylines in the saga to come. In Heresy, we're widening the focus of the story to the Hive Pantheon and ancient eldritch forces that shape the universe. The events of Heresy close the door on the Light and Darkness saga and act as a prologue to Codename Apollo, where the Guardian's purpose in the next saga starts to take focus. Wow. There it is, man. So even though we may not have like a complete conclusion to say like Maya Sundaresh, don't know how Fickle is going to play out. Heresy will be wrapping up the Light and Darkness saga. I honestly don't know. You know, they laid out Behemoth and Apollo. You know, they show that we have a year of content. We're going to get two, what do they say, 2 Rise of Iron sized expansions per year. So one every 6 months. And Rise of Iron was, we're again, nothing on the level of like Forsaken or Final Shape. I'm just really curious to know if this ends up being something that the community likes more, or would they prefer just one big boom, Forsaken, Final Shape, that kind of thing. But let's continue on this. New Frontiers. On a personal note, this past November marked my 9th year at Bungie. I've seen Bungie and Destiny go through many changes over the last decade. What remains constant is the player community and Destiny's team's commitment and dedication to this one-of-a-kind space opera, and our drive to take Destiny to places we only could have imagined a decade ago. It's appropriate that during Destiny's 10th anniversary, we reshape the game so that we can continue the enduring legacy of this universe that millions of people call home. We're eternally grateful to you, our Guardians, for your passion and dedication to Destiny that enables us to chart a course to new frontiers. All right? Look, man, let's see, dude. Let's see. You've got Robbie here, who's been with Bungie for a long time. You've got Allison from BG3, who's taken over narrative and been on the narrative team for what was a couple years. You've got Tyson, who's, I want to say, been at Bungie the longest out of everyone there outside of the founder, who's the game director now and who oversaw the launch of Final Shape. So look, I always say this about annual expansions. Annual expansions is what makes me go, okay, I'm signed up for another year. You know what I mean? Like if it's a bad annual expansion, and in this case, we're going to have multiple expansions per year. So it'll be 2 of them. But if it's a bad one like Lightfall, then that's where things go awry. But if it's a good one like Final Shape, I give it a chance. I'm gonna give Frontiers a chance. How can I not, dude? We're leaving Seoul. At this point, where do you go? Where do we go? And this part right here, hold on, where does it say right here? So in Heresy, we're widening the focus on the story to the high pantheon, the ancient eldritch forces that shape the universe. Look, man, all of this is going to have to lead to dealing or actually meeting the gardener and just seeing how that plays out, man.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.